All right. Hopefully, part two will work a little better. I actually did things all over again because I didn't want to have a period where I was muted. So hopefully we're back. Okay, so let me tell you what's going on here. Will work a little better. Yeah, okay, it did work because I just heard myself. So a lot of people come to me and they've been asking why I have had a lot of stuff on Katie Paulson on my main channel. And, they kind of have a point. I mean, it's been a lot about Katie because obvious reasons. Katie's pretty topical because of all the lies and stuff that she does. But I do want to have philosophy and science more on it as well. Now, I talked to Dr. Alex Malpass last night. We're going to be having a discussion on argument from contingency, and I've reached out to some other people. I'm trying to have the Shills on next week and a whole bunch of them. So I've got other stuff planned. We still have Caffeine Corner on the main channel and Rum and Coke night. So that's 2 nights out of the week there. And then Philo and some science stuff. So I'm still putting out a lot of content there. But my thing on the GDC channel is obviously it's a free-for-all, drama galore, do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. I have managers on this channel. They can put whatever they want on this particular channel. So I was going to go over Katie's last video that she did. I'm not going to play it for you. I just got some notes on Twitter because I am unleashed. I am free from Twitter jail. Be afraid. Hide the kids. Hide the wife. Hide the dogs. Yeah. So I'm going to be unfiltered on this particular channel. One, if I lost it, I really don't care too much. But two, I am sick and tired of Katie running some bizarre narrative, and I know it's dumb fuck of the year, and I think that I'm actually going to change my push to Katie. There are some reasons for that, but I think that she is actually an existential threat. She has gone after people to try to take down their channels. There's been Danny Glass, who, by the way, I'm not against him being off the internet for his wanting people to drink turpentine, but still, she has a compunction to do it. She has the know-how to go about trying to get people off the internet by harassing them, and that's what she has done. And she's also, as people know, mass flagged Leslie Bass's account. I don't know if she's trying to mass flag mine. All I can tell you is that YouTube has looked at my stuff. They find nothing wrong. She contacted YouTube yesterday, a matter of fact. You know what they kind of say to her? They said nothing. They basically said there's nothing they can do because we haven't done anything wrong. We haven't broken any laws. So, what does she think the internet is? And she's like trying to play this victimization of, oh, woe is me. It's my first year on the internet. People have been picking on me. No, Katie, people do not pick on you. Nobody's harassing you. Nobody's targeting you. Nobody's using you for clout. First of all, you are not a clout giver. You are pretty much nobody on the internet. You have a channel that got started after you came onto my channel to run to do a show called first you came on to talk about Jilly Juice, and then Kyle invited her back on to do the segment called The Smoking Nun. She said she did about 20 episodes. I don't think that was that many, but she did episodes after I gave Non-Sequitur Show channel, Kyle specifically, a cease and desist or demand letter, what it was, not to stream to that channel, because anything he streams to that channel would devalue the channel. That was in litigation. Katie knew this. Katie didn't care. So I do have, by the way, the live chat up, so I am paying attention to that, and I'm going to go over my timeline that I've been keeping notes with on my Twitter. I've been doing it on my Facebook, but my Facebook also is personal people that I've known for all my life, so I don't want to put too much out there of this kind of stuff, but it's both. It's mixture. But I don't want one group to get, overtaxed with stuff as opposed to another group, because that's what I'm running into now. I have Group A who wants the philo science stuff. I have Group B that wants this stuff. And then I have Group C that watch either. And then I have Group D that doesn't care. I don't know what the hell they watch anyways for. But I can't please everybody. I'm not even going to try. Never will. Never have. And so what I will do is kind of compromise. I will have people come more on this channel for this kind of stuff, unless it's really big news, really egregious news, like if it's on Non-Sequitur Katie and it's big stuff, I'm going to have that on my main. But just for me to vent and give you guys my take on things, I'm just going to do on this channel, I think, from now on. Probably won't do it always solo, but today I needed to go out and just vent. I needed to be unleashed because I've been in Twitter jail, and people, when they do come on, unfortunately I get interrupted an awful lot, which happens, right? I mean, we got to realize that is this part of being on the internet. But I found Katie's tonight revisionism to be quite egregious. Let me kind of fill you in what's going on. By the way, please share this video out there. Let people know that I'll be doing this on the Great Debate Community channel from now on. Not doing it for clout. Everything on this channel is pretty much demonetized. This channel has made very little, if any, money. So, I mean, for her to think that I'm somehow doing this for any reasons like that, that's just BS. It's total bullshit. I've shown people my screenshots. These videos always seem to get demonetized. So whatever. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing this to actually expose Katie Joy Paulson for being the hack quote journalist that she is. And she says she's a public figure now. So unfortunately, when you become a public figure, you're held to a lot different level of scrutiny from what you say. And Katie's just now finding that out when she called YouTube yesterday, and YouTube basically told her, you know what, this is nothing we can do about this. They're just criticizing what you are saying. Get a thicker skin. So let me guys give you a quick rundown of what's been going on, because this is a lot of shit. And if you guys want to call this drama, be my guest. This is the GDC channel. Call it the fuck you want. I don't care at this point. I really don't. DF of the year or dumb fuck of the year is supposed to be a little about drama. That's what it's all about. That's the fun of it. So Katie Joy has subsequently gotten rid of her Twitter account. It's gone. The old one is finite. It's gone. And the reason she did this, I think, and again, I will tell you when I'm just getting this kind of like giving you my ideas, what I'm thinking, what I'm speculating on, and what I know more to be the case. I don't want people to conflate the two. But I'm pretty confident that she got rid of her old Twitter just to hide her tracks, to get rid of all that stuff. She has all those tweets out there that people have used against her, incriminating her for her lies and misinformation. I mean, just the other day, she put out a tweet, "I don't use and for the start of a sentence." Somebody sent me a screenshot of about 7 tweets of her saying and beginning a sentence, right? So all this is a record of her own lies. All this is a record of her own BS that she puts out. So she just deleted that, gone. So she started a new one. And then she changed the name of that new one too. But in the interim, while she was changing her name, let me give you a rundown of what happened there. She was changing her name from Without a Crystal Ball to, I think, Katie Joy YT. I think that's what it was. And why she was doing that, somebody named Ian from Germany, they are in Germany. When you go to their page, go to the Twitter page, it says language English, because that means that they have it set for default in German. And he even says, even when he writes in German, people flag it. You know why? It's his native language, he says. But I do know somebody from my Facebook group who does know this person, Ian. They've written to me quite extensively on it. I've talked to this person on the phone. This person, Ian, seems to be legit. They seem to be somebody from Katie's past. But they got her name. While she was changing it, they went in and they made a new account, and they got Without a Crystal Ball's name. Now, the problem that Katie's running into is that now everything that's attached to that Twitter name on Google and everything that she's worked hard to brand on that Without a Crystal Ball goes to Ian now. Yeah, go type it in Google. Go type in Without a Crystal Ball. It comes up to Ian's page on Twitter. So what Katie decided to do in her infinite wisdom by listening to her social media, what does she call it, the social media group or something? But it's basically consists of, I guess, I found out Jesse Bear, and I'm guessing Keon, because Keon was during live chat, and Keon's in her ear like he was Kyle. She doesn't recognize that Keon's a troll. Whatever. People have told her, I think, and I don't think she even cares. I think that's the funniest part. We've been honest with her, right? I would love to see her talk, listen to Keon and just get totally screw herself. I would enjoy that thoroughly. But I mean, even I'm like telling people, watch. We'll tell her that Keon's a troll, and she'll still go ahead and do it. That's how she is. I'm just amazed by this. So it's like, okay, whatever. So that's the story about her Twitter. Then I guess she deletes her Instagram, right? Her Instagram was gone. Now, I don't know if her Instagram's back yet. In fact, I'm going to check right now because it goes up and down like a yo-yo, right? I don't think it is. Somebody can actually let me know. Every time I go to it, sometimes it doesn't go through Instagram. I don't think it's up. But she took down that. She deactivated her Facebook. That's gone, right? And now she's trying to rebrand herself. But by the way, I told you she was going to do. I said she was going to rebrand herself and come back and delete everything. That's exactly what I told people. Okay, the Instagram's back. Okay. Yeah, you know what? She was live today. But then again, it goes up and down. It was deactivated, it was activated, it was deactivated. You know, this you don't know what you're going to get with Katie. It's like a box of chocolates, you know? So, by the way, I've been saying you know a lot. I do that when I'm ecstatic. I am. I'm really in a good mood because I am in real time watching her destroy herself. And when she said, "Oh well, Steve said he'd burn my channel to the ground," never said that. Never. Nobody has ever heard me say that. I said I would like to see people burn their own channels down, like Godless Engineer, and maybe I may refer to Katie on that. But yeah, I mean, if people burn their own channels down, that's their own being, right? But I never said that I was going to go out of my way to do it. No, all I do is comment on what she has said. She's her own worst enemy. But like I said, I've got some tweets out there that I put out today, and one of the reasons I want to do that is I'm not that I'm skilled enough. I could do it if I really wanted to, but I don't have the patience to do like without any crystal balls commentary account. She's thorough, right? She screenshots everything and she documents. I don't have the wherewithal to do all that. I do screenshot some stuff, but when she's in real time on her account, YouTube account that I was watching, I was just taking quotes from her, and she was contradicting herself in real time. In real time, she was contradicting herself. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god. By the way, you know what? I should call this. I think I should have a new thing on this channel. Just Unleashed. Would that be okay? Can I do something like that? It's my channel, but whatever. Just Steve McRae, Unleashed. And then I rant. Seems people like that kind of stuff. I don't do it very often. I usually like talking to people. I like having people to play off of, and I love having Cheshire around because we have such compatibility that she's like the perfect partner for that. I'm the perfect foil to her, or me to her. I don't know who the foil is in that relationship, but we have a really good chemistry, really great dynamic. So I'm used to that a lot, but I don't really do a lot of rants. And when I do, it's usually pretty important. If you go to my main channel, when I do this one-on-one, it's very, very rare. I do them on Facebook every so often, and I do them. I did one on Instagram. But for me to do these one-on-ones, or just straightforward, I guess, 1-on-0, is rare. But I think today is kind of worthy of it. So I'm going to go over some quotes that she said today. This is how far back I can go here. So I said, oh man, I don't even know where to go back. Okay, so one thing I should point out is that she threw Matt Bauer, Bomer, whatever, Matt B, under the bus. And some people asked me why she threw Matt under the bus. Well, they didn't know that Matt went on Leslie's channel and just threw Katie under the bus hard, because Leslie was asking him directly, did Katie lie, or does Katie lie? And he's like, yeah, Katie lies. And the very next day, Katie Joy denounced him, full on denounced him. Started saying, oh, well, he was asking for money from one of my mods or subs, $700. He was hitting on the girls. By the way, everyone that supposedly hit on was above 18. I think they're all in drinking age. Who gives a crap? I mean, the guy has like 6 kids. He is, a womanizer. He's, a playa. So he's going to hit on people. This is nothing new. People know this about him. Why is that all of a sudden something that you give a shit about, Katie? I don't understand this. It's like all of a sudden this guy that you've known, that you called your friend, that you're so worried about who made friends with first, whether it was you or Leslie, the very next day after he throws you under the bus by saying you lie, she's like, oh, well, he hit on a lot of my subscribers. Yeah, because he needs your subscribers to get, to hit on. Yeah, okay, sure. So I thought it was kind of odd. I don't know why she decided to throw him under the bus like the very next day. So a couple other things. Again, I'm going to go down my list here. I'm going to be throwing out like each thing as it comes up. So okay, next one. She threw a screenshot up, and I'm like, wait a minute here. Weren't you just saying that screenshots could be faked? And then she goes on from a subscriber, throws her a screenshot, and she throws it up in real time. She says, I don't know who this is from. I don't know who the 2 people are. Hasn't been validated, but there it is. Look at Katie. You cannot have it both ways. Your stories cannot be disjointed where you say one thing and then you immediately contradict yourself and say something else. I mean, this is what the internet's picked up on. This is what these people that are critical thinkers, that are not in your little cult of sycophants, recognize. And we'll get into that, by the way. She has admitted that she's forming a little group. This is what she's doing. She is getting rid of all her past. She's going on to Instagram. She's getting those house, moms or stay-at-home moms that just want to talk about girly stuff and don't want to think about anything, don't care if anything's true. And that's not all of them. I think it's a very small amount of them. But that's what she's growing for. She's going for that little group. And then she's dragging them all over to her YouTube channel so they could watch her on YouTube. That's exactly what she's doing. By the way, I feel like I'm a UniRock here just doing commentary. I'm not used to this. I might like this. If you guys like this, I might do it more often. If you don't like it, I'm gonna do them anyways if I like it. But I hope you do. My thing is this: I do what I want because hey, it's me. But I hope people watch, and if they don't, I get it, right? I don't do any of this stuff for any other people. Never have. I really do it for myself, and I do like the fact my close friends like it as well. I do take them on board when they tell me what they want to hear and what they want to talk about, kind of stuff. So, but I'm not used to doing just free flowing commentary like UniRock does. But yeah, I kind of like it too, actually. Anyways, okay, moving on. So yeah, Katie, if you go to my Twitter, by the way, you can follow along with me. So let me put my Twitter in here, and you can follow along. Follow me on Twitter. There you go. So Katie didn't know who the screenshots were from, but she just put them up unvalidated. Okay, hypocritical. The hypocrisy. Thy name is Katie. And again, I don't care which narrative you stick with, but good grief, stick with one, man. Stick with one. So the internet, determined that as a lie. She doesn't stick with one story. And I said, I told you Katie was culling and cultivating her girl time group of amazingly poor critical thinkers that will buy into anything Katie will say without asking her for evidence or questioning her narrative. And that's exactly what she's doing. She even said, this video is about girl time. This is about us as women. Blah, 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 blah. Why is it just women, by the way? That's kind of sexist, ain't it? Guys watch these shows too, Katie. I don't know why you're trying to exclusively limit your demographic. Oh, probably because that is probably your main your demographic, and so that's what you want to cultivate while you call out anybody else who doesn't fit into that type of thinking. So I told you that she was going to do that. Okay, so next one. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I love this one. Okay, by the way, heartstrings go out to Katie here, people. Got to feel emotions here. She says it's been a really rough week. Really, Katie? Been a really rough week. And all the shit that's happened, Flossie losing her son and Leslie losing her nephew, Leslie's channel going down because you helped take it down because you called for mass flagging, for her to lose income a couple of weeks before Christmas, and she has 6 kids, but it's been a really rough week for you. I mean, this is the most narcissistic shit that I've ever seen in my entire life, and I've seen a lot of narcissists. I really have. This is the quintessential narcissist of all fucking time. To make it all about her, to go on a stream that she was like, I really didn't really know if I should go back on stream. I was having anxiety and I wasn't sure. All about Katie. Everything is always about Katie because she's playing into that, again, that carefully cultivated group. The girl, what's it called? The girl club, I think she called it. That's what she's playing into because they're led by emotions. Most of my followers are led by critical thinking. They like evidence. They like reason, right? They like having topics of discussion where they can actually weigh in on in a commentary. Not with her. No, it's believe her or you're wrong. She has truth. Believe her or you're wrong. She doesn't offer any counter evidence. She doesn't say anything that's exculpatory to any accusations because she says, well, they don't have any evidence. Well, bullshit. We had evidence. We put out our evidence. She didn't address any of it. She just said they have no evidence. Well, that's not true, Katie. There was evidence. You didn't address it. I'm not ignoring the live chat. I will get to your guys' questions in a few here, but I want to get over these things first. Then I'll bring you guys in and let you guys ask me some questions here. And by the way, mods, this is the Great Debate Community channel. You can toss people at will. I don't give a fuck. If you see somebody that's just running narrative on a fake account, get the fuck rid of them. I have no compunction to really give a shit about dealing with those people. They're all just McCrazies and, whatever. Fuck them. All right, so she said she has a new social media team, which is consisting of Jessie Bear. That's your social media team? One of your moderators? I thought she was hiring a social media team, like literally going out of her and hiring somebody. No, her moderator, and I'm sure Keon is part of that as well. Yeah, come on. She's listening to the dumbest people, I think. I don't get it. I don't have a social media team when I have his friends. Yeah, I have friends that actually give me some decent advice. I don't know why she would listen to one of her moderators and Keon. And by the way, I don't know who this Jessie Bear really is, but all I know is she is a true sycophant, a true cult follower. And she says, there are literally people on screenshots on Twitter telling people that they're just like my videos. The internet has determined that as a lie, Katie. Fresh Koala Tea did not say go dislike her videos. Brittany did not say go dislike her video. What they said was, if you dislike her videos, you can go dislike them. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not saying go out and do it. Now, you could argue, if you really wanted to get technical, there's an implication there. Okay, fair enough. But the reality is that's different from saying that they're directly told, that there's people actually saying that. You know, you're changing it from an indirect or what's called a non-directive to a directive, and that's not cool. Now you can argue, Katie. I'm fair. I'll even help Katie out. You know, because again, I steel man anybody, even fucking Katie, because I want her to drown her own self, you know, in her lies. So, oh, by the way, that wasn't a threat or anything. I don't want her to actually harm herself by drowning, Katie. Drown yourself in your own lies. Make sure you get that other part on there and don't, you know, cut that off, because that's what people do, like Katie. But a non-directive is basically saying something where you're not actually directing somebody to do it, but it implies so, right? You know, same thing. It's like if I say, you know, if I just say, what time is it? That's a non-directive. But I'm directing you to tell me the time. I'm asking you to tell me the time. But I'm not actually saying, tell me the time, right? It's a non-directive. Same thing with Brittany and Koala T. They weren't directly telling that people to go dislike their videos. They were saying, if you don't like the videos, go dislike them. And by the way, all her last videos, half of them are just, you know, half disliked. You know, so those are where she's getting a lot of reviews from, those people that are disliking. But I don't watch her stuff except for today. Today was the first day I think I watched a whole thing from her ever, except for her apology video and then some other videos that we've done critiques on. But in real time, I don't bother with Katie. I get screenshots and other things from other people, but I can't stand her voice. But yeah, I watched her stuff today. But people are watching, and most of them are hate views. I get that, but I think a lot of it, what she does is she'll eliminate everybody from the live chat, right? That talks negatively. She'll eliminate everybody in the comment section who talks negatively. So the only people who are left are those people that are just fanning over her. And so when somebody said, well, you know, I thought there'd be more people deleted in your live chat. Well, no, she already deleted all those people. Those are gone. I mean, I'm the same way. In this channel here, I have a lot of people that are blocked. Well, they're gone. I don't have to deal with them. That's why my moderators don't have to do a lot of work in this particular channel, right? Because those names are already gone. But I know how that works, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine if you block people. I have no qualms with that whatsoever. But she has to realize that most of her views are not legit views. They are people that are watching her to keep track of her misinformation. She's going for that core group of a couple hundred people that she gets from Instagram. That's it. And then she's hoping to rebrand and rebuild, and people forget the old stuff. She's done this before. Well, now, though, as she gets bigger, people are holding her more accountable. The internet doesn't forget. There's more records of her out there now than there ever has been. And this was long before she even had a YouTube channel. There's people having records of her when she just had a blog, when she was getting things wrong, right? So then the next thing she said, don't send me things. Katie said, don't send me anything. Don't send me screenshots. Don't email me on this stuff. Don't want to know about it. And then she says, keep sending me messages. Keep reminding me. Really, Katie? She needs the affirmation. Again, that's what I've said. She has to have this influx of people telling her how amazing she is, how great she is, how every time she cries, don't cry, Leslie. So Katie, I don't know why I keep throwing Leslie's name there. I just literally tried talking to Leslie a little while ago, by the way. But Katie, don't, you're doing so great. You're such a wonderful woman. She has to hear these things, because she's like, I was so down and, things have been, hurting so bad of this and that and affecting me. Katie's doing this to herself. I mean, literally has done everything to herself. Matter of fact, if she just apologized to people and stopped lying, people would probably ignore her and she'd go back to do whatever else she wants. But she can't. She literally cannot stop lying. She's absolutely sociopathically, physically, mentally impossible for her to stop, I think. I think she's past the point of no return. Because everything that she says is a contradiction. Everything she says is a lie. And I don't think for $1 million she could probably stop lying. I don't think so. I think somebody said, look, I'll give you $1 million if you could do no lie or no contradiction for a week. She would not be able to get that money. I'm pretty convinced of that, because I think it's so psychologically built with her. But that's why she's deleted all her old stuff, especially her old Twitter. I mean, that's a history of her, and it's gone. It's poof. Now, there might be ways of getting some tweets back with the Wayback Machine and some other stuff, but it makes it more difficult. but most people have screenshots of all the good stuff. But exactly what I was saying the other day, when she was on Instagram and she said those screenshots talking about her saying about how it's good, good, which I don't remember that word she used, but supposedly, if these screenshots are valid, I think they're valid. I believe they're valid because I did some testing on them. But she said, I don't start my sentences with and. Well, go to my Facebook. I have, again, somebody who sent me 7 things with her starting a sentence in a tweet with and. Again, you can't have a narrative, Katie, when it's so easily disproved. It just doesn't work that way. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. She keeps on saying that people are doing this for clout. And again, Katie, you're not a clout giver. You are literally nobody on the internet. Most of us are nobodies on the internet. I'm a nobody on the internet. I just happen to have a pretty decent, strong following by people that have been around for a long while. I'm somewhat recognized in the atheist agnostic community, but I'm not some big public figure by any stretch of the imagination. I don't even consider myself a public figure because I'm not. I'm just in the public. There's a difference. There's a difference between in public and being a public figure. Now, some people have said, well, see, being in public and being, over like 10,000 subs and being on so many platforms and influencing people as an influencer, that makes you a, quote, public figure. I don't know if I accept that or not. It doesn't really matter. It's just a word. I don't give a shit. I do think I influence people. That much I do. I mean, I have people that message me that how much I've influenced them. I get them every day. But that doesn't make me a so-called public figure. But I am public. And because I'm public, I do have the same things out there where people can, say shit about me. Go ahead. Every video that's out there that's laid some negativity toward me on the internet, in YouTube, I haven't watched 99% of them, and I couldn't care. All they do is support my own base. So I don't care. I agree with Katie on that if these were just videos, just throwing negativity toward her and just lambasting her as a person and throwing shit out there that are wrong, sure, I agree with her. Ignore it. Yeah, that's bullshit, right? Because that's all, every video that's out me is bullshit. But for people that are actually having legit concern, that's a different story, Katie. I have never seen or even heard of a video against me that had any legit considerations. If there was, one of my friends would tell me. They would say, hey, Steve, you really need to watch this video. They have some really good evidence. They have some really good stuff about you. Go check it out. I would hear something like that in a heartbeat. None of them have ever said that. The ones that have watched this shit, so like, Steve, don't even bother. It's just stupid. It's the same old nonsense. And, I don't have time to watch nonsense. So I don't watch any of those videos, but they're out there. I've never flagged any of them. I couldn't give a shit less. They're not that watched. And if they were, all it does is show that everything I've been saying is correct. Everything Red Redrick's been saying has been correct. Everything Cheshire says has been correct. It's all it does is validate us. So that doesn't bother me. But I thought it was odd that she thinks she's some kind of weird credit giver. That is, or excuse me, not credit giver. That's just credit giver. Did you hear me say that? You guys who knew that? Okay, well, for brownie points here, whose favorite saying is objective credit giver? Somebody in the audience might know this. Well, I think more than a few people might know this, but someone pointed out here. But no, she was a clout giver. She's not a clout giver. Okay, Katie, you've got no clout. You're nothing on YouTube, as like we all are. Okay, come on, give me a break here. I don't make that much money off YouTube. I make now over the last 6 months enough to live on. I'm doing okay. I'm not hurting like I was before because I didn't get any of the money from the non-sequitur show, which would have been 30,000 plus, which you helped cover up, Katie. You helped cover that up. So you are partly responsible for the fact that I didn't get my money. I personally hold you responsible for that. But I'm not in a position like I was before where I tape headphones. I was able to get contacts. I live off my Patreon. It's been decent. It has gone down a little bit, but that is my main source of income. I don't make that much off the YouTube, right? That's not where the money comes from. It comes from my Patreon. So, I mean, I want people to like my stuff so they become Patreons. I don't give a shit if I get views or not because, again, that's not where the money is. I've shown people how much I make a day off ad revenue. It's not that much, okay? It's way in the low single digits, okay? It's way fucking low. So for her to think that I'm doing this for clout or for clicks or for whatever, it boggles my mind that people are going to buy into that narrative. It's just stupid. Oh my God. And oh, by the way, UniRock message from Katie. Please don't be mean to her on Twitter. Yeah, that's her new thing. She didn't want to go on UniRock's channel because UniRock was mean to her. No, UniRock wasn't mean to you. Matter of fact, UniRock was your salvation. He was your Jesus. He was your saving grace. He was the single person that was probably going to give you the benefit of the doubt, that was going to have you on to talk to you, that you just pissed off and you said no to. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, that was a dumb move. Okay, but then again, she makes a lot of dumb moves. Yeah, UniRock is never mean. It's just again, everything that she says is just lies. It's just wrong. She doesn't want to go on his show because she'll know that she can't answer his questions, because UniRock's like I am. We try to get to the bottom of things. We come about it from different perspectives. Doesn't mean one's better than the other. But UniRock and I will say this. I think we are one of the two best people to get to the bottom of things. There's people on the internet that do just as well. Don't get me wrong, but they're mostly outside of our sphere, our little group. But in the Great Debate community, I really don't know who gets to the bottom of things better than Uni or I. So, again, I'm allowed to toot my own horn a little bit. Let's see here. Steve's a narcissist. Yeah, whatever. Fuck off. That's so stupid too. People only knew me how wrong they really are on that. Katie says her channel isn't about drama, but she goes on to talk about it for an hour. A note that I made. Yeah, she says it's not about drama at the very beginning of this whole thing, and she's talking about some whatever show. And then all of a sudden it just switches gears and it goes straight into drama, which, this whole internet stuff. Oh, the screenshots, and these people are just this, and I was hacked, and oh my God, this week has been so rough for me. It's like, I was like, you cannot have it both ways, Katie. Again, the internet has determined this is a lie. Your channel is all about this shit. This is what you're putting on your channel for views. Now, you can say that about me if you want. I don't care. I mean, sure, we like views, because if not, why would we do these things? It's self-evident that any YouTuber wants views. That's like saying, water wants to flow. It's just something, it's just a natural part of being on YouTube. Why would you put a video out if you don't want the views? The difference is how you go about getting them. I wouldn't do anything unethical to get views. I don't do anything for dramatic reasons to get views. I just say what I think, and if people want to watch, great. But that's not Katie. Katie doesn't do that. Katie goes out of her way to manipulate things so people watch. I saw somebody do this the other day, matter of fact. I'm not even going to call out who their name was. I don't even think I remember if I did. But there was somebody that had her in a thumbnail and was going to talk about her, and finally got to her, but then it deleted the video. But we were like, is he going to talk about her? And when he did talk about her, he mostly talked about UniRock and her. It wasn't anything substantial. But, maybe he was using her for views. But this person had like 12,000 subs, so I don't know. I don't think he knew that I was going to draw a bunch of people over there. So I don't think he was using it for views. But maybe there are some. Maybe. But that ain't me. So there's there's a comment out there. It was on, I think this is on Twitter. It says, you believe that this is, because it was on Twitter and Instagram. So let me kind of explain what's going on. Katie accused me of making those screenshots of the person, I'm going to call him person X, and Katie, the one that when she found out that Flossie's baby had passed away, she basically said, good, maybe they'll leave me alone. Again, I'll say allegedly, whatever. It's just that I think they're real because I've done analysis on it, and I have Flossie talking to the person who knows who actually wrote it. There's enough evidence to me to convince me they're real. If somebody wants to convince me that they're not real, they need to address that evidence. Katie didn't do that. Katie didn't talk about the ELA or the Photoshop analysis that showed actual writing. She didn't talk about any of it. We have a list of names of who could possibly be. But she didn't give us any counter evidence. She's all, well, they have to prove it. I have to prove anything. Sure, you're right. You don't have to do anything. But when we give you evidence and you don't want to talk about it and you just ignore it and you delete everything, people can weigh in for themselves. This is the court of public opinion here. But it's also the fact that I have done enough due diligence to cover my ass. I didn't release them. I didn't create them. They were released accidentally, and they were on my Facebook page long before I posted them and reported on them. So Katie, she's got no legal case against me whatsoever. None. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But she was saying that she believed it was me, Kimmy, one of her ex-mods, or Brittany. And somebody posted to her, you believe she is the person, but you don't know for sure? You realize your loyal fans are probably going to go harass her now, whether it's true or not. Again, here's the thing. She believes that they're me, Katie, me, Kim, or Brittany. But here's the thing. Where's her evidence for that? Again, this is a bare accusation. This has nothing behind it. And yet she's expecting that core group to go believe it by fiat because Katie said it. Well, I believe it's these three people. Okay, what is your burden of proof of why you believe this, Katie? What gives you any reason to think that I created that in any way, shape, or form? Or Brittany? Or Kimmy? By the way, I don't think either of them would have the skill set or the wherewithal to do it to that degree. I mean, that takes a sophisticated level of thinking that I should say, I'm not going to say they're not sophisticated thinkers. I'm going to rephrase that. A malicious way of thinking. Somebody has to think like a sociopath to be able to do like this. And they're not sociopaths. So they would not be malicious enough to be creative to think this way. To say, hey, if I really want to think like a sociopath, how to do this, right? How to create this stuff. Because the person who did that, if it was fake, is a malicious sociopath, right? That's not Kimmy. That's not Brittany. That's not how they operate. So what does she have that makes it think that it was any one of us? She's just throwing it out there, right? She's always talking about where's the evidence. There was zero. There was nothing. Absolutely nothing. This has been her history. When she accused me of tax fraud, when she accused me of sexual harassment, she accused me of what was the other one? VA fraud. Nothing. I mean, people could say, well, they have this, what you said. Okay, fine, fair enough. I guess they can use that as positive evidence, right? But then I showed all the negative evidence, the exculpatory evidence, to show that was all shit. And I showed it to all my core group. I showed it to numerous people in my fan base, and I also showed it to Katie. And Katie went, oh shit, you're right, Steve. There was nothing to this. She admitted it. She made me tweets on it. She made a video about it that I put on this very channel that she struck, right? And she was allowed to do so. I never fought it. I never said you can't strike it. I said you were in your rights to strike it, but I wanted to see if your apology was legit, which it wasn't. It just wasn't a legit apology. So that's the reason I put it on this channel, not my own. I would have been screwed if it was my own because I would have been off a line for 3 months. This one never had a strike before. So your first strike, you get YouTube school. Yeah, you answer 4 questions and you're back up, right? So I never fought it. But her, by the way, her social media expert Keon, I heard said somewhere, I read somewhere, I'm trying to remember what exactly, but basically along the lines of, Steve said he didn't fight it. How is he streaming on the Great Debate Community? Because that was my first thing, you dumb fuck. You're so stupid that you don't even have. He runs a narrative, right? Well, Steve must be lying because he's streaming on the Great Debate Community. He must have fought it, because how would he stream if he got a strike on it? Because that was my first strike, and all you have to do is go to YouTube school on it, right? And I can show you if you want. It shows yellow. It shows I have 1 strike on this channel. And my mods can show you that. I have managers of this channel. Bullinator can show you that. John Peterson can show you that. So Bullinator anytime can come in and look at that. And by the way, do you want to call Bullinator a liar? Be my guest. Good luck with that. See how well that flies for you. Because I just can't imagine anybody calling Bullinator a liar and thinking that's going to be legit. If Bullinator got something wrong, I could never call him a liar. It just never would happen. Would I be like, I think Bullinator is mistaken, and let me tell you why. But that's what adults do. But I would never accuse him of lying. I don't think he has the empowerment to even lie. I don't think he would know how to lie. It's just not his genetics, But anyways, so I thought that was kind of weird that she was just throwing that out there like by fiat. Well, we know who did this. She's like saying, me and my lawyer, we know who's behind this. Well, I think she knows who it is. Yeah, I think she knows she has to know who person X is, right? I mean, she talked to the person, so she knows who person X is. But for her saying she knows who faked it, bullshit. Because one, you have to show to know to know who faked them. One, you would have to show they're fake. That is your responsibility now. Now the onus is back on you. Welcome to the burden of proof. 2, she would have to show that me, Kimmy, or Brittany had anything to do with it. Well, I know it wasn't me. I damn well know it wasn't Brittany. I'm convinced of that. And Kimmy, yeah, she accidentally released them. But yeah, I don't think she would either. It's just, again, not her nature, right? So it's just weird that she tries to convince her followers of one thing, but at the same time going on other platforms and running a completely different narrative. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah. And I'll read the one I have pinned. If you've got questions or concerns, quote Katie Joy Paulson. Yeah. If you question her, what happens? You get blocked. And by the way, half the people that follow me now are blocked by Katie. The reason being is they asked her questions. Hashtag blocked by Katie. What she's doing is she's getting rid of the old people. She's getting rid of the people that know more about her past. They're getting rid of her Twitter. She's getting rid of all that stuff, and she's rebranding herself as this, oh, I don't want to talk about this stuff, although she did in her video. And these people are just obsessed by me. You know what? Call it what you want. I don't even give a shit. You can say that I'm obsessed to your heart's content. It's just a fucking word at this point. It means nothing. What it is me holding you accountable, Katie, and it's other people holding you accountable. Because they don't know your past. They don't know the shit that you've done way before you even got to YouTube. They don't know the fact that you and Kyle and Katie, Caitlin Chloe and College Engineer and Mr. Atheist all helped destroy the non-sequitur show. All of them. It wasn't some natural progression, as Kyle said. It was you all streaming to that channel after a demand letter to stop streaming to it, which I have a copy of, and devaluing the channel. That's what did it. You know, that channel could have been back up in a second. All those people that came over to me, we could have fixed that in a heartbeat. All Kyle had to do was stop streaming on it, give it back to me, would have been fine. It was recoverable. And I still think it is. Obviously, I very much think it's recoverable. We are going to get the channel back. Kyle has till the 9th to respond, which is Monday. Good luck with that. And he's not going to. We know he's not going to. Why would he? I mean, he has to explain to the court why, one, I shouldn't get the channel back. Good luck with that. And two, because I actually have the email that I sent to I sent his evidence to my lawyer that he has, that he wanted it for SEO reasons. I have that all. Okay, so all that evidence is there. So there's no way he's going to fight that. Why would he? And then two, he has to explain to the judge why he won't open the books. The judge wants the books, right? And so this last motion that's in front of the court was, hey, Kyle, this is your last chance. Show us why Steve hasn't seen the books. That's what it's for, till the 9th. If he doesn't respond by the 9th, then probably on the 10th, or whenever the judge gets around to it, 10 or after, then he'll make an order, and the order will be to Kyle, show the books, turn over the channel. Then he has 14 days to do that. Okay, so that's what's going on right now. There's nothing else I can do on it. That's as fast as I can make it happen. But the judge is giving, what I've heard from my lawyer, is that the judge is giving him every single ample opportunity to defend himself and to talk to the courts, because he's basically de facto representing himself, right? Because he has not had a lawyer, he's not hired one, he's de facto kind of defending himself. That's not the term the lawyer used. That's how I look at it, but I think it is a de facto serving yourself, representing yourself. Because the lawyer said he's serving himself. The judge is doing this. Basically, it's very methodically. We want to make sure that everything's in a row here. My lawyer and the senior partner, I have two lawyers actually working on this. I have my lawyer and then his boss, which is the senior partner. Both of them have been very on top of this. I'm not going to, their information's out there, but no reason to mention their names. But yeah, it's an actual law firm that I hired. So you don't just normally hire one lawyer, you hire a law firm for the most part, right? So the senior partner has been checking off on all this stuff, all of it. And by the way, I'm trying to look at the screenshots here too, or the your super chats. So Moon says $5. Those who have nothing to hide nothing. She's clearing house while the clear intent of hiding something. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's no question about it. This is why she doesn't want to talk about it. This is why she doesn't want to go on people's channels. And the rest of us are like, let's bring it on. Have at it. Go on UniRock. I'll talk to her myself. Bring it. I offered at one time $100 to her charity of choice for me to have a conversation with her. We can have it on UniRock. I withdrew that because, not that I don't want to give to charity. I've given a lot of money away this in the past. But what it is I think she should come forth because of ethical reasons, right? I think she should do the honorable thing, because I don't think she knows what it is to be honorable. I don't think she understands ethics. I think, my opinion, she is a sociopath, and what she does is she reads clues, she reads things, she narrates her tone in order to match somebody else's kind of thing, and then she plays the victim. She plays this what's called a narcissistic martyr, and then she feeds off that, right? Because she doesn't know how to express real empathy, I don't think. These fake tears are ridiculous. You can see she's trying to work herself up to cry. I mean, you can notice when somebody's really hurting, really crying, as when they're not. I think I've cried twice on air. One's no longer, that video's no longer around, but the other one, it was on Rhetoric's channel when I had a loss of a friend. It was devastating. Just to think about it fucking hurts, right? And we barely got through that shit, right? That's real emotion because you cannot fucking fake that shit. She, however, tries every goddamn stream to be like, I picked on, and I'm really thankful for all you supporting me and all you giving me love and attention. It's like, fuck, Katie. People look at people that are not sociopaths can recognize sociopaths, but maybe do sociopaths recognize other sociopaths? I don't know, but you can tell everything she says is complete bullshit. It's just fake as can be, and it's hard to even tell because she's got Botox injections, and so. I mean, it's hard to even tell she's even has any emotions, right? I'm a little bit of an animated person. At least I have eyebrow movement, I noticed just now. She doesn't. I don't think she has any animation. She's just very fixed. But you can tell when she's upset because she gets flustered when she's lying, right? She'll tug her ear. She'll start playing with her hair up here. She's just like... I go like this when I hear something stupid. Like, God. And a lot of that, sure. I mean, we do a lot of it for gags on the non-sequitur show, right? There are some legit facepalm moments, though. There have been. I mean, some that I did not fake. I literally just could not even stop myself. But, sure, when we all go like that at the same time, I'll go like that, the Illuminati at the same time. Sure, it's all fun and games. But people can tell when there's legit reactions to something as opposed to a forced reaction. She has forced reactions, and even then, they're just so bad. So bad. Okay, but anyways, I'm unleashed off Twitter. Please go follow me on Twitter. Start letting people know that I'll be on this channel more as well, because I'm bringing the Katie stuff on here. So yeah, I think every time she goes live, I'm going to probably go on this channel to respond to it. Again, not for clicks or anything like that, because if I wanted that, I'd put on my main channel where I get 400 people watching this, 500 people watching this, 800 people watching this, 900 people would watch this if this was on my main channel. But I'd rather have it on this channel. If I get that many, then that's sure. And then she'll be like, well, look, he did it for views on his other channel. Oh, you can't fucking win with this person. But whatever. I think it should be more on this channel for the daily kind of stuff of her talking about these things. And if you guys want to watch that, great. But if you don't, that's fine too. So then nobody can bitch, well, Steve's just, why is he talking about this shit? It's on the Great Debate Community channel. That's what this channel is for. This exact shit is for anything you want to talk about. Anything. I don't give a fuck. Bring it on. But anyways, all right, so let's look at the live chat here, get some questions in here. Animated CGI confirmed, yes. Let's debate. Debate about what? Scared of getting a strike. Who is? Who's scared of getting a strike? I already have a strike on this channel. Two would just prevent me from streaming for a while on this channel, which again, I wouldn't really care. I don't use it that much. This channel is mainly for the main reason for this channel was to have managers come in and they could run what they want. They could talk about what they want, and then they could promote their own channels and then go to their channels and promote the shit out of that, right? This is what that channel was originally for. And a lot of content creators have done that, and they've done okay. So I've used this channel as a stepping stone to help other creators. Because again, this channel doesn't make that much money. And even if it did, it still, I think, would be great to have this channel for that very reason, to have other things we talk about. And sure, if this channel gets big one day, I'm okay with that. This was my original conception. The Great Debate Community was for this, right? Well, you got that from somebody else. Yeah, Agent of Doubt came up with the name, but nobody ever did anything with it. I was just a small group of people that never used anything. And people know the story. I ran with it. I put in a G Plus group, and they were all on board with it. And as soon as we started getting popular, and my channel started getting money from Patreon, because that was what I was told them, Patreon, their channels weren't, because all they wanted to do was talk shit about people. I was like, I'm not interested in that. I don't. And then they got worse, and they started being malicious about it. I was done. But people know the story behind that. But yeah, the Great Debate Community, if it gets bigger, that's fine. I'm glad with that, but it's not really my big push. Yeah, I lifted. Little Red said, Steve said she wanted. Steve, she said you said you wanted the clout off her saying her name on live. Yeah. Yeah, she's not a clout giver. She's just not. I mean, no offense to her, but I'm probably more popular than she is in many ways. At least with I tell you what, I'm far more popular with critical thinkers than I am with her. That I can say with surety. Again, she's cultivating that crowd of people that are not critical thinkers. Manya says, KJ said KJ says she has anxiety. She has no idea what anxiety is. Made me upset about Instagram Live claiming she has anxiety, as I know what anxiety is. Yeah, and by the way, wasn't she just mocking Chelsea on some video that I have going, can you give me my meds? I'm so stressed out. She was mocking Chelsea, which I barely know who this person is. She's on Teen Mom or something. 29 or 30-year-old. But she was mocking the person for having anxiety. And then she's on her channel today talking about her fucking having anxiety. Again, you can't have it both ways. I mean, her fans that know this would remember this. She got rid of most of them. A lot of these people are new, but the other people that have been around a long time, the ones that say we'll stick with you or anything, they just don't care. They don't fucking care. To them, it's like, whatever. I swear to God, man. You know what? I may be doing more of these, and I don't even give a shit if people watch. I don't give a one viewer watch. I'm thoroughly enjoying this, just unleashed. I really am, because there's just so much fuckery with this woman that it's just I can't even begin to. And then somebody said, "Well, you got to point out she was a woman." No, it's just a pronoun. I don't care. Again, I will go after men just as much. I don't give a shit. Somebody was in there saying Steve's misogynist because like I had mostly women in my hangout the other days, and boy, were they all over each other. That was a cluster, but we got things resolved. By the way, go check out the Rum and Coconut from last night. I know there's a lot of over talking. I'm working on that. I really am, and I'm working on the open mics. We're gonna have some new rules. If you're not talking, please turn off your mic. But I think we got some resolution. Maybe not a lot, but some. But she is running scared now because all her old mods, they're just dishing out dirt on her. Just dishing out dirt. It's just ridiculous how much they've turned on her. So, and I don't blame them. She screwed them over. Hypocrisy at its finest. Yes, absolutely. You better be something good at Caffeine Corner. You don't get a pass on that. We're working on things. Chester and I work tomorrow on Caffeine Corner and find out what we're going to be doing it on. We got some ideas, at least I think. Yeah, Caffeine Corner, we usually prepare a couple hours for. This is, again, when people say, well, why don't you get a job? People don't realize how much work goes into these things. I mean, we do spend hours prepping for this stuff. And so does UniRock, right? So when UniRock goes on his channel, and he does these shows, most of them, I've seen him in real time work very hard to take notes and to give a good show to people, right? And so when people say, well, get a job, this is what they're being paid for. They're being paid to entertain, inform, and things like that. This is their job. So Katie can say this is her job. I really don't care. I really honestly don't. She can say it's her job. Sure, it's her job. But at the same token, she cannot have the same narrative to say, well, look at these people over there. They're talking about me. They're bad people. Well, no. If you want to say it's your job to talk about people and point out their inconsistencies and point out their hypocrisy and point out their lies and point out their bullshit, and that we can't, and because it's not our job, no, you can't have it both ways. Yeah. So yeah, this is my full-time thing. I do rely on it from. I've always admitted that from my Patreon. But the difference between Katie and I is Katie will do anything she has to say to get views. I only speak what I think is the case, the truth, my truth, Katie, my truth, which happens to be the truth. And so if people want to listen, that's great. I do these things for myself. I think the best YouTubers do it for themselves because they enjoy it, and that people want to watch, great. I'm not going to tailor my content to anybody. The best YouTubers out there don't do it. The ones that, and by the way, what I mean by best is not necessarily the most successful. There are a lot of YouTubers out there that I watch that are not very successful that I think are the best, or I think are amazing, but they don't tailor their content to match whatever Tom, Dick, and Harry wants coming down the pike. And those are the ones that I generally subscribe to, the ones I watch. So I don't like the ones that are just say anything to get views. I mean, look at the whole not PewDiePie, but what's the other guy? Logan, right? That Logan guy. I mean, that's all just BS, right? I mean, he'll say anything to get clicks and views, and he's one of the most popular on YouTube. No, not gonna do that. I don't want that kind of popularity. Let's see here. What else we got? All right. So, any other questions? I went through my timeline here on my Twitter. I caught up on some of the things that Katie was saying in her last video, and of course, she's just like, "They're gonna make videos about this." Yeah, you're damn right we are. And I'm proud to. And I know a lot of other people on the internet that are going to be making videos as well. We're not going to let Katie forget. So when her followers, her new followers want to find out about her history, they can come and they can be validated, right? All the videos are against me. People know there's BS because none of that shit was true. I mean, people know the stories because they were involved with it. I have people involved in this from day one. But with her, she doesn't care what's true. It doesn't matter. It's just her truth. And she wants the people that only will say, we believe you. It doesn't matter. It's okay, Katie. We're going to stick by you no matter what. I mean, what kind of person wants that kind of crowd? I want the critical thinking crowds. I get challenged all the time. And I'll give you a good example of a narrative today. Story time. Don't we like story time? On my Facebook page, I had a person, been around for a while, not that long, but I don't really know who they were. But they were giving me a lot of pushback on a lot of different things. Okay, fine. I like a little pushback because it gives me time to explain my points. Can you add duct tape to your headphones? Feels weird without it. No, I like these. They're good shape. They held up really well. And so this person was giving me pushback about the screenshots, right? Those screenshots that were released. And they said there was no evidence that they're real. I'm like, okay, here's my 5 or 6 points of evidence why they're real. He didn't just any one of them. He just didn't. But at the same concurrent time, he started making transphobic and bigoted remarks to anti-ordinary, Demi, beyond and racial remarks, beyond the pale. I have the screenshots on my Twitter that I put up, and they're also on my Facebook. I said, look, this is beyond. No, you don't get to do this. You do not get to make transphobic remarks and treat Demi the way you're treating her on my page. Fuck off. You're gone. And I removed them. Right. Not more than 2 seconds later, someone else came on. Right, which is probably the same person on a fake account. I do not know, but somebody else came on and saying, well, look at you, Steve. Blocking away because somebody pointed out that those screenshots might be fake. No, that's not why they were removed. Don't run that kind of bullshit narrative. It doesn't fly with me. And they were gone. Then they were on Twitter saying the same thing. And I'm like, oh, nice narrative. Here's what actually happened, right? Because we have receipts for it. And, I mean, I can't stand when people try to do stuff like that. And I want people to recognize that kind of narrative spinning. But there's a complete difference between somebody giving pushback that they're, by the way, God's auditor, who was on my Facebook that she had mentioned, he was giving me pushback. I didn't block him. I was like, okay, what you got for me? I want to be hit with every steel man possible. Give me everything you could possibly hit me with so I can have, I can go out and I can look it up. I can find out a reason for it. I can do my due diligence. I can only do that my best, and people can hit me with everything they possibly think of. This is what happens in our little groups as well. Chess will be like, well, what about this? I'll be like, what about this? We'll come up with scenarios of possibilities so we can steel man people. This is how you critically think. So I wouldn't block somebody for that. It makes no sense to do so. But I'm not going to let somebody make transphobic remarks on my personal Facebook page. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. So, okay. By the way, I have not checked even how many people are watching because I was watching other things. So 218 people are watching this. That's actually pretty amazing. This channel usually gets about 50 or 60 views at a time, live views. So thank you for that. I think this might be the highest we've ever had. I do not remember, but I just now looked at that. I wasn't even paying attention before. Yeah, for views. No, I have my OBS here. Then I have my what is it called? The live chat in back of that. That's covering up everything. And over here I have my Twitter. So yeah, I wasn't looking at the video. So appreciate that. What else we got here? I like it this way because it's just cool. You guys can't see it, but I can click my OBS and boom, I have that in front of me. I can watch my meters, and then I can click the back of it to get my live chat. So I'm working it. There's a lot of a lot of things that go on, a lot of moving parts to these things. I'm getting better though. Now, if I could just do video and audio at the same time, like my last video that I did before this, there was no audio for the first 30 seconds, so I decided to start over. I deleted that video, no record of it. Never happened. Never happened. Lies. It's all lies if you say I did a video with no audio, okay? Can't prove it. Let's see here. All right, at me if you got some questions, because I'm not going to keep this open very much longer. I'm gonna start, like I said, doing more of these things, and I'll start having more people on, that kind of stuff. We'll just have like a round robin kind of stuff. But I just wanted to vent today, and I appreciate you letting me do that. Not because I'm mad or anything. I'm actually in a really good mood. I'm just really happy people are starting to see Katie for what she is, and she might rebuild. I mean, seriously, she'll get a whole new crop of followers that are just emotionally led. What are you gonna do? But my guilt, if I would not do what I'm doing now, I would have guilt. So my guilt is reprieved on that. That I think that I am doing what I need to do to at least warn people about her and warn people about her misinformation. And not just since she's been on YouTube, way before that. And people can say, well, you have a personal vendetta against her. You're bigoted against her. Well, I want to use a bigoted. I guess biased. Yeah, I hate her. I straight up hate her at this point. I didn't want to before. I was like, look, I don't even want to hate her because that's too much emotional investment. I have to be true to myself. I thought about this. I'm like, well, fuck, maybe I really do hate this woman. So yes, fine, I hate her. Doesn't mean everything I'm saying is not true. And I still will do my due diligence, and everything will be the same. I don't let my personal bias get in the way of objectivity like other people do. I think that I try very hard not to. Now, can I always make that claim that won't happen? No, we're human. But I give her my promise that I always will be objective as possible. And I do want to steelman Katie, because you steelman her and you can still show she's a lying, POS, then hey, there you go. You feel like for a fact that this person is the kind of person that she actually is. There's just no doubt in my mind about it. And by the way, a lot of people in this live chat, a lot of them have actually accounts about her. So I'm not the only one talking about her. It's certainly not for clout. And I'm so bizarre that her fans think of it that way. But then I realized, well, yeah, of course her fans are going to think about it that way, because that's how reality TV works, right? Reality TV works on that principle. Yeah, you know what? The internet doesn't work so much on that principle. If I wanted to have clout, she'd be the last person I'm going over. I'd be. Why would I not be talking about bigger things like Onision? Everybody's been talking about Onision lately, who's a much bigger piece of crap, a piece of shit than she is in some ways for what he's done. But I don't have the background to go after Onision. I don't have the history and information of Onision to do a decent job to really talk about him. So if I wanted to get views, I'd be talking about him right now because he's hot. And I don't mean that sexually, by the way. No, Katie will be like, he sexually harassed Onision. No, he's hot as in a hot topic, okay? But he's a sick person. He's a sycophant. He's the same kind of person. He doesn't know how to express himself using actual emotions, so he goes on these weird rants, right? And just, I don't know. I don't know enough about him, but that's the kind of topic that I'd be talking about. Katie, you're not clout. Nobody's talking about you for clout at all. I don't know. Again, I just it feeds into her narcissism that she actually thinks she is. All right, guys. I don't think anybody has got any last questions. Leave comments in the video description. Hey, okay. I thought you sent me a message. Let me make some mods in here before I go away. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Let me do this. You get a mod. I don't want too many mods on here, but the mods, this means they can come in any time, basically. It's just all the mods really mean here is that they can come in any time. And after a while, if other people start wanting to come in, I'll make you mod too. That's all I kind of want. Mods that just, I don't have to worry about if they want the link. I just give them the link and they're, good to go. They've already been pre-vetted and shit like that. Oh yeah, Manya, you've got to be a mod, yes. Mod. Oh wait, somebody says you're accusing of doxing. Yeah, I've never doxed anybody. That's just stupid. Never happened. Anybody says I'm doxing as basically they're part of the McCrazies, just being bullshit. I mean, why would I dox somebody? When I put out Kyle's information, that was already out there on a public record, and it was his old address. He moved. He was living with Ben at his time, his boyfriends. So that's not doxing. Yeah. I don't think people know what these words mean, right? So if anybody accused me of doxing and they're on a fake account, get rid of them. If they're on a real account, go for it. Anybody who has a real account, you can accuse me of anything you want. Then you get to come in and talk to me about it. If they're on a fake account that has no avatar, no subs, they're gone. But if you're on a real account and you want to know, come on in and I'll be happy to have a talk with you. But you only respond to evidence, not allegations. So. All right, so Jamie Summers, you get to go bye-bye. Get on your real account. Come talk to me. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry, Little Red. I got you. Do you really want to be one on this channel? Okay, that's fine. Here we go. Add moderator. There you go. But yeah, anybody who's I don't get it. I don't think they understand. They're not helping their case when they make these false accusations, right? I mean, why would I, of any people, want to dox somebody? I wouldn't. Everything I've ever said about somebody's name has been given out by some other person. Every single time. Right? Every time. So, let's see here. But I appreciate them trying. I really think it's great that they give it a shot. Let's see here. Yeah, I know Katie needs a lot of help. I mean, again, I hate talking about people's mental stuff. I really do, but I have no choice. And until she checks herself in and gets mentally fixed or whatever it is, she's dangerous. She has gone after Leslie's account. She's gone after my account. She has blocked my fundraiser for Leslie from the UK on a defamation. Yeah, that fundraiser that I had for Leslie cannot be played in the UK because she put a defamation claim on it. Her put a defamation claim on a video that was a fundraiser for Leslie. That is not a normal human being. That is not that's somebody who's not a sociopath. How does she explain that? She hasn't even addressed it. She's the only person that can have done a defamation on that, because you have to actually fill out a form. And then there's a little thing that says, if you do not want to release your email or name to the person, do this. So I can't even tell. She must have clicked that, right? But she could have been the only person to have done it. And she even says, I have flagged Steve's videos. I have talked to YouTube. And one of the videos she flagged was a fucking fundraiser for a person with 6 kids before Christmas. So, yeah, I get a little angry. This is legit me angry. I just to think about how she fucking could do this, it blows my mind. And how people are just like, oh, it's okay, Katie. It's okay. We love you. Whenever you do. Fuck. People claim I have a cult following. You've got to be out of your mind. My people would turn on me on a fucking dime if I did something like that. Every goddamn one of them would fucking turn on me. Look what they did to Kyle. Kyle and I had the same audience. And as soon as he started doing his fuckery, the same thing Katie's doing, because they're listening to the same people, what did those 6,000 people do? They told him to fuck right off. They would do the same thing to me. I guarantee it. God damn. Oh my God. Gotta breathe. I don't actually have, quote, panic attacks per se. I have, there are some times where they're not real panic attacks. I don't know what to call them. There's just sometimes I get really agitated, and I don't have to do it really on air. But there are people that I will talk to to like calm me down. And so it's just like I don't know how to process stupidity very well, I guess. But I kind of like mini anxiety attacks, but they're not really attacks. I don't even call them that because they're not the same thing. It's just that I have a difficult time processing stupidity of this magnitude. And so there are people in my live chat, my confidants, that I'll go to and say like, dude, I need to be talked the fuck down. Just help me out here. Help me work this shit out of my mind, because holy shit. What makes you think Sweet Heathen is one of them? That's a sexist? Oh, please. Okay. My God. Okay, so I'll put this out there. Next month, Sweet Heathen and I are going to Texas. We're going to Dallas-Fort Worth. We're going to be doing a book club, an atheist Christian book club. I'm going to be doing a seminar on agnostic epistemology. Well, it's not really a seminar. I played that up a little bit. I did a Katie. I played it up a little bit for narrative. They're having a book club. It's a couple dozen, 2 dozen people or something like that, and basically they run a presentation. Mine's going to be on agnosticism and atheism, and might touch on the argument from contingency. That's one of the reasons I want to talk to Dr. Malpass about it. But they invited me. They're going to do some promos on it. I've already seen some. They use a horrible picture for my promo. I said, no, use this one. It's not great. But they use a really bad picture. But whatever. I'm not a narcissist, Katie. I don't really give a shit. I don't sit there and put on my makeup every goddamn day on camera. My God. But yeah, that's gonna be fun. So Sweet Healing promises me between her and caffeine and coffee, I'm gonna be able to make it through that because I haven't done speaking in front of a group in a long time, like 4 or 5 years. Something like that. It's been a very, very long time. Now, I used to do training sessions, and there'd be like 30 people. I did them weekly, and I did about 2 to 4 hour training sessions. So I have talked in front of large groups. I also did training in the military on reactor safety. I did one on reactor kinematics, and I think on spills one time. I remember doing something. But anyways, it's been a long time since I've done group things like that in front of people. But it's going to be streamed live or recorded and then played live. I don't remember, but it's going to be on YouTube, so you guys will be able to see it. I am nervous about it. I'm not going to front. Being live like this on YouTube, I can handle. I never thought I could. I never thought that I would ever be doing this. Last thing people would ever have been. If people would have told me that, Steve, in 5 years from now, 6 years from now, you're going to be talking to people on YouTube, on rants and things of that nature, I would have not believed them because I never did before. It goes back years. That was not my thing. I was in blogs. I was typing these arguments. It was all typing. Do you know who broke my cherry? I said this the other night. Oh, you did not, Nicole. You did not. No, not Lamb Up. No, why'd you move Lamb Up? Yeah, I hope that was Friendly Fire. I love Lamb Up. Yeah. By the way, if just FYI, Friendly Fire does happen. It's hard for me too because I got to like resize the window. If not, I get the wrong person because it's moving around. If you are ever friendly fired, just message me. I'll fix it afterwards. It's no big deal. But yeah, I think Nicole had some friendly fire there. But you're back, Limb Up. Kind of lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so yeah, I used to do these arguments on the computer, online on Facebook and some forums, and before that we were on IRC chat. Right? AOL, I was on. This is how far back I go in doing argumentation. This is probably why I've developed and honed somewhat skill for it. I've had years of practice long before YouTube. And I never really thought that I'd be doing this kind of live stuff. So, oh yeah, who broke my cherry? By the way, who broke my cherry? Anybody know? Did anybody put the name out there yet? Oh, that's where I was going. She's a mod of mine on the other channel. I'll just tell you, guys won't remember. Her name's Nadia Yvette Chambers. She's a transgender woman that was she was talking a lot about transgender stuff and talking about science and philosophy. And she was my first Google Hangout that I went to. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go into this. I'm just going to like talk and see what happens. Because I was listening for a while and she had really good content and really good people having conversations. And I said, what happens? And by the way, I learned too. I learned mic etiquette. I learned all this other stuff. It's a learning process. Don't think that you jump into something and right away you're going to be able to have effective communication with somebody. Does not work that way. It is a skill you learn over time, and I'm still working on it. I am not the best at it. I admit that. I've had to overcome years of speech impediments because I had speech therapy. I've had this things that I don't even like my sound of my own voice. Now recently, it doesn't bother me at all. But years ago, it would. I wouldn't like being in front of people. I got over that real quick in the military, but these are things that just over time. And so people want to get into this stuff. You can do it. You can do it, but it is a learning process to say the least. Let's see here. All right. So guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for the 217 people that are watching. I appreciate it. Let people know, share this on multimedia platforms. Share it out there. Let them know that on the Great Debate community, we're going to be talking about this kind of stuff much more than on my main channel, unless there's big news, and then I'll put it on the main channel. Sound good? All right. With that, guys, appreciate it. Tomorrow, there was something. I don't know what it was. Because it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. Guys, I appreciate you watching this. Let me rant a little bit. And good night.